Hello everyone, in today's class I'm going to explain about the arithmetic calculation in series. Okay, just like your Python program, we can perform the arithmetic calculation. Same thing over here for the series, we can perform the arithmetic calculation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and so on. Okay, so over here I mentioned that mathematical operation can be done using the scalar and the functions. We can also perform mathematical operation by using the simple operators like plus or additional symbol, minus, multiplication, division, and etc. So let me explain to you with one program. Okay, in this program I'm going to explain how to add two series. So over here you will see I create two series. The first series, it has the data 34 and 5. 34 is the strength of the student for EVS and 5 is the strength of the student for IP or informatic practice. Okay, then for series number 2 I create 64 the data, the first data, and 15 is the second data for the same subject EVS and IP, and this one is for arts. So for commerce. So over here when I print out, okay, for the arts I print S1, you will see over here arts how many students take EVS 34 and for IP 5. And when I print out for my second series, that is for commerce, you will see EVS is 64 and IP is 15. So now I want to know the total of both the arts and the commerce. So what I did over here, I mentioned print at the series 1 and series 2. So the total will be how much? So over here total in mention, since I add the series 1 and the series 2, so over here it display series 1 is the total is EVS is 98 and IP is 20. You can directly calculate in the print statement, or you can assign or use another variable. For example, let me show to you. So over here in the second one is same only, but the only difference, instead of print over here in the print statement to perform calculation, I use a variable over here at, and in this variable at I add the two series S1 plus S2, series 1 and series 2, and when I print the variable at. So when you see the output is the same, that is the total number for the EVS student how much, 98, and for the IP is 20. Okay, and a part of adding two series, now you can also add the data or increasing the data of the series. So that I will show you with the program. So in this program I have one series, and for this series I want to increase the data by 5. So the first in this series, okay, I have what, the data 34 and 5. 34 for EVS and IP 5. Okay, and suddenly let's say 5 more students they came later on, so I need to increase the strength of the student. So what I did, in the print statement I mentioned that in the series 1 the strength increased by 5. That means I add with 5. So it display over here that the strength increased. Now instead of 34 it display 39, instead of 5 it display 10. The strength of the student get increased. You can perform the calculation in the print statement, or you can do it by using the variable. For example, over here you will see instead of directly mention print S1 plus 5, I use the for statement. For label the value in the series 1 dot item, I use the function item. Okay, S1 dot at label is equal to each value increased by 5, that is equal value plus 5. So now this series, the S1, okay, the value in the series S1 will get increased by 5. So over here when I print S1, instead of printing 34 and 5, you will see it get increased the value by 5. So instead of 34, it display 39. Instead of 5, it display 10. So same over here, you'll find out I perform so many program all regarding all the calculation like subtraction, division, multiplication. You can go through, okay. What I want to mention over here is that whenever we perform the arithmetic calculation for the series, remember that the index should be matched. That means if you have in the first series, if you have 3 index 3 value, in the second series you should have 3 index 3 value, otherwise it will display the return value, it will be NaN. That means not a number, okay. Or in case in the first series the value is integer value and in the second series the value is float, so that time what happened, again it will display NaN. So over here I mentioned if both the indexes are not compatible, that means they are not belong from the same type, so it will return not a number as the result, okay. I'll show you over here the program. So over here in this program you will see again back I have 2 series, but the difference over here, in the first series I have 2 data 34 and 5 and I have 2 index. The first is EVS and the second one is IP. But when you check in my second series I have 3 datas 64, 15 and 8, but over here I have only 2, and the index in the second series I have EVS, IP and ENG, English, right? So over here I have 3 index which is not matching at all. So over here when I print you will see I have 2 data 34 and 5, but in commas I have 3 data, that is 64, 15 and 8. But in the last print statement I perform the calculation S1 plus S2. That means I'm adding the series 1 and series 2. So over here when you check the output in English, it come out as NaN, that is not a number. Why? Because in the second series we do have the English index and the data for the English, but in the first series we don't have. Therefore the return value is what? NaN, which is not a number, okay. But for EVS and IP, because I have in both the series, it displayed the value 98 and 20.0. Hope you understand, my dear.